Hi everybody, I'm Stefan for atutsplus.com, and in this tutorial we are going to create the top bar of our interface. So let's get started. First of all, let's create a new solid layer and let's call it top bars, and let's make it white and turn it off. And using our reference image, we are going to draw just a simple shape, and then using the pen tool we are going to draw another one real quick here. And then if we turn it on, we are going to subtract it and set the opacity to probably 25%, duplicate the layer, hit S to review the scale, and just flip it over on the other side, and then create another solid, and let's call it bottom bar. And let's just use the rectangle mask tool to draw a rectangle, and just extend the mask to the side right here, and turn the layer on and set the opacity to 25% as well. And then we are going to create a new solid layer, and let's call it rectangle center, and we are going to turn it off and use the rectangle mask tool once again. We're going to draw a shape like so, and then extend it to the full size of our rectangle and hit enter. Then come to effect, generate stroke, turn the layer on, and from the paint style of the stroke choose on transparent. This way we see only the stroke and not the layer. And turn the brush hardness to 100% and set the brush size to 1, and then turn the spacing down to 0 to get something like this. And then we are going to create another solid, and let's call it matter. Turn the layer off and just select the pen tool, and let's draw a straight line here. Click away, and let's select the layer, and let's create a few more masks. Duplicate this mask and move it over to the right side of our element. Then click away, select the layer again, and let's create the rest of the shapes, and just keep duplicating the masks and moving them over until we get all of them. And the good thing about this part of the design is that we are going to copy some of the elements and recreate it very quickly. So this is it. We need to select the bottom layer, just select the stroke, copy the effect and paste it here. And we are going to type the numbers later. Now let's focus on these elements right here, and let's create a new composition, and let's call it circle element, and let's make it small, 100 by 100 pixels, and click OK. Then come to the ellipse mask tool, double click to create the shape, and let's make it 95%, and come to the modifier list and choose trim paths modifier, and open the modifier, and let's trim the shape to, let's see, 35%. Then duplicate the shape, hit R to review the scale and set it to 180 degrees, and then link the bottom layer to the top and alt click on the rotation and type wiggle 2,180, and this way we are going to generate a random movement. And now let's draw a shape like so, and let's open the layer properties and add a repeater modifier, and we are going to set the number of copies to 250, and open the transform repeater, set the position to 0 and set the rotation to 1, and come to the end opacity and set it to 0, and then we need to tweak the shape a bit. Open the shape, select the path, and just select one of the points and move them to increase the size of it, and this is it. Now let's select the type tool and just type some numbers and change the font to our font that we use, and let's set this to 20, and I'm going to just copy the expression I used in the very first tutorial, which generates some random text and actually numbers, and we're going to place the text here and just set a percentage sign between below the text, and we can set the size to 25, and this is our element. As you can see, we need to animate this, so let's hit R for the rotation and alt click and type time multiplied by 250, and this way, actually negative 250, so it rotates in the right direction, and this way we get some random movement. And let's come to the project panel and just select the composition with the circle element and hit Ctrl D, because we want 8 copies of this composition, and let's start to position them right here, and using the guides we can easily snap them so the anchor point snaps to the guide, and as you can see, we already did the most of the design, and after positioning all the elements, you might want to go to each composition and change the expressions a bit, so the rotation is not the same and they don't look exactly the same way, because right now if I saw my elements, you're going to see that they're they rotate with the same speed and everything, so you need to tweak that. And now let's select the matter and just duplicate it and move it to the right side. And now we need to create these arrows here, so let's create a new solid and call it arrow. And basically I remember that I downloaded an image for an arrow and just traced it using the pen tool, so there are no external files used in the design. And this is my arrow. Let's set the opacity to 50%, and then let's duplicate it and flip it to the other side, and let's move it like so, and we can type some text in order to fill the design with information. and let's duplicate our text layer and just position it here. Select the both layers and set the distance between the letters to 0, and basically that's it. You can type the numbers here in the text, but this is pretty boring stuff, so I'm not going to waste your time with this. And with that, we are ready with our design. Oops, we need to set the matters layer with the stroke, so the stroke covers all the masks, and we need to click this checkbox in order to get this. And that's it. Hope you like this tutorial and it was useful for you. Once again, I'm Stefan for atutspos.com, and we will see you next time.